Welcome back to Midnight Whispers, where real stories crawl out from the darkness of the human mind. Tonight's story is told by a woman who swears her madness isn't madness at all, but memory. If you're new here, subscribe to Midnight Whispers for more real stories. They all say I'm crazy. Every single one of them. My friends, my family. The doctors who scribble things on their little pads while pretending to understand. But none of them were there that night when I heard the rain pounding against the windows so hard it felt like the sky itself was angry with me. And I remember sitting on the edge of my bed, the sheets cold and sticking to my legs, staring at the photograph of him that I couldn't bring myself to put away. Because no matter how many times they told me he was gone, I could still hear his voice in the quiet corners of the house, calling my name softly like he always did when he didn't want to startle me. And when I told them that, they smiled that same fake, comforting smile that people give you when they've already decided you're broken beyond repair. But I know what I saw. I know what I felt. And it wasn't just grief playing tricks on me. It was real as the rain that soaked through the curtains that night, as real as the heartbeat I felt hammering in my chest when I saw the doorknob turn slowly, too slowly, like someone was on the other side testing if I was awake. And I remember whispering his name, barely breathing it, because I thought maybe, just maybe, my mind was about to betray me again. But then the door opened, and he was there, drenched from head to toe, his hair plastered against his forehead, wearing the same navy blue suit we buried him in just 3 days before. And for one terrifying, beautiful second, I thought death had been merciful, that maybe he came back for me like he always promised he would, until I saw the way his lips curled, not in love, not in pain, but in something else, something that didn't belong in this world anymore. I remember the way my breath caught in my throat, like something inside me didn't want to move, because if I moved, maybe he would disappear, or worse, come closer. And his eyes, God, those eyes, they were the same deep brown I used to get lost in, but there was no warmth left in them, only this hollow, endless emptiness that seemed to swallow every bit of light from the room. And I wanted to scream, but no sound came out, just a soft gasp that died before it left my lips. And he smiled, that familiar crooked smile that used to melt me. But now it sent a shiver crawling down my spine, because it wasn't the smile of the man I loved. It was something wearing his face, mimicking his gestures, pretending to be him. And he stepped forward, the sound of wet shoes squelching on the carpet, leaving dark footprints behind, footprints that stayed long after he vanished. And I remember thinking maybe I was dreaming. Maybe I had finally fallen so deep into grief that my brain started painting him back into the world. But then he spoke, that voice, low and trembling, but clear. "I told you I'd never leave you alone," he said, and it wasn't a comfort, it was a warning. then he was gone, just gone, like the air swallowed him whole, leaving nothing but the smell of wet earth and the cold that clung to my skin for hours, maybe days. I don't know anymore, because since that night, I haven't been the same. And maybe they're right. Maybe I am crazy. But crazy people don't wake up to muddy footprints leading to their bed every morning, do they? It started happening every night after that. The soft dripping of water somewhere in the hallway. The faint smell of rain, even when the sky outside was clear. And sometimes I'd find his wedding ring on the kitchen table, the same one that had been buried with him, and I would hold it in my shaking hand, staring at it like it could explain everything. But it never did. It just sat there, cold and heavy, as if it was mocking me. And I stopped telling people about it, because every time I did, their faces would twist into that look, pity mixed with fear. Like they were afraid I'd drag them into whatever madness I was living. So I kept quiet, writing everything down in this notebook I keep hidden under my pillow. Every sound, every shadow, every breath that didn't belong to me. And sometimes I hear him whisper my name when I'm in the shower, or smell his cologne when I open the closet. And the worst part is, a part of me doesn't want it to stop, because as terrifying as it is, it means he's still here somehow, still with me. And that's better than the silence that used to eat me alive before he came back. But every night, he grows colder, closer, and I can feel the distance between us shrinking, until I wake up with wet fingerprints on my wrist, or my name scratched into the fog of the bathroom mirror. The doctors think I'm grieving too hard, that my mind is replaying the trauma. But they don't understand the details, the things that can't be coincidence, the dripping footprints that start from the front door and end at my bed, the sound of the doorknob turning at 3:17 a.m. every single night, the voice that hums the same lullaby he used to sing when the storm frightened me. And when I told them that, they said hallucinations are common in prolonged grief. But I can't hallucinate muddy water seeping through the floorboards. Can I? Or the way my cat hisses at the corner of the room and refuses to go near the closet where his old jacket still hangs, still damp, even though I haven't touched it in months. And sometimes I sit there on the floor, staring at that jacket, daring it to move. And it does, just slightly, like someone's hand brushed against it. And I tell myself to breathe, to stay calm, because if I panic, he'll know I'm scared, and I don't know what he wants yet. I just know he's not here to love me anymore. He's here for something else. I tried leaving once, packing my bags in the middle of the night. But as soon as I stepped outside, the rain started pouring. Though the forecast said clear skies for days, and my car wouldn't start, the lights flickering like something drained the life out of the battery. And I saw him standing at the gate, soaked, just watching me. No expression, no movement, just waiting. And I ran back inside, slamming the door, shaking so bad I could barely breathe. And I heard his voice again, closer this time, whispering that same phrase. "I told you I'd never leave you alone." And I realized maybe I wasn't meant to leave. Maybe the house itself had become a part of him, or he had become a part of it. I don't know anymore. All I know is that he's here, always here. And the silence between his visits feels heavier every day, pressing down on me like the air too thick to breathe. And sometimes, when I catch my reflection in the mirror, I see him standing right behind me, smiling that awful, tender smile. And I don't turn around anymore, because I'm afraid if I do, he'll touch me, and I won't come back from that. Now I just live with it, with him, pretending to be normal when the sun's out, pretending not to hear him pacing upstairs when it rains. And they keep telling me I should move on, start over, meet new people. But they don't understand that there's no moving on from something that refuses to let go. And sometimes I think maybe he's right. Maybe I'm the one who never left. Maybe I died that night when he came back. And this is just the echo of what's left of me, trapped between the world of the living and the one where he waits. And every time I try to convince myself that it's all in my head, something happens. The photo of our wedding falls face down. The lights flicker, or I hear his soft laughter from the next room. And I know then that I'm not imagining it, that no matter what anyone says, I'm not crazy. I just know what I saw, and I wish, more than anything, that I hadn't.